Chuck here, my wife Paige. Well, today I want to discuss a couple things about me and Paige and how we got to this point. So I've had a few people ask me, what did I do for a living, or how did I retire so young, or what's our plans? So I'm going to try to answer some of those questions. I tried to answer some of them in a past video on how I met my wife, but I go into a little bit more detail as much as I possibly can. So right now we're traveling down the turnpike in Florida on our next travel destination. We're at the moment traveling around the United States in a truck and a travel trailer. We've been to Canada. I mean, it's been an awesome trip so far. When this trip is over, we're going to be headed down to Southeast Asia. My wife is from Thailand. We planned on moving to Thailand to, I guess you could say, retire, but we want to see a whole different side of the planet and adventure and enjoy life with a better quality of life. So, let me just briefly tell you a little bit about me and Paige. I'm 47 years old, and Paige she just turned 40. So, yeah, we are, I guess you could say, young, but you know, you get to a certain point in your life, I think, whenever you hit, for me it was I hit 40 years old and I started thinking about where I was at in my life, and if I was pretty happy with the way things turned out. And for the most part, I would say yes. But you know, me and my wife sat down and we discussed our future and our goals and our expectations in our only life that we have, that we're sharing together. So we sat down and discussed it, and you know, we both come to the conclusion that we just love to travel. So I mean, that was our main goal in life, I think, is to travel and see the world and experience things that we've never experienced. So, you know, when you finally come to a conclusion on what you want to do with your life, you know, you have to figure out goals and how you're going to achieve these things, and what you expect at the end to have. I mean, what is your expectations, your necessities? What are your requirements in life? So we're both pretty flexible, easy people. That's how it's kind of made this whole thing kind of easy, because we can easily simplify our lives. We don't require a lot of things to make our lives comfortable. We can be satisfied with what we have. So I mean, we don't need to stay in fancy resorts. Our only expectation is that it's clean and it's safe. So we're not big on fancy stuff or showing off or any of that stuff. So, you know, basically my whole life I've been a mechanic. I was in the military. I became a mechanic. I had a few businesses in the past that I owned. I raised 3 kids in a previous marriage. You know, and then my kids grew up and my responsibilities became less. So, you know, we needed to figure out a way to make enough money. Once we sat down at the table and decided what we needed, then we figured out a budget on what we thought we could live on for probably most of our lives. So I know that's hard to do, but once you figure out what your needs are, I know your needs change later on in life. Unexpected things happen. So you have to make some investments, and you have to have some insurance, and you have to have some kind of backup plan. But the way I see it is, when I come up with a choice, I always think of the worst case scenario, and if I can handle the worst case scenario, then there's no sense in me not moving forward with my decisions. So, my worst case scenario with this whole thing was that I would just have to go back to work, That's not a big deal. Not a big deal to me. So anyway, we needed to have, once we came up with a figure and a budget, and a means of whatever quality of life we were going to have, we had to come up with the money to do that. So first thing we decided was to move to Thailand. I've been to Thailand. I love Thailand. Thailand is awesome. Living in Thailand is going to give us a better quality of life. And right now I have 3 grandchildren, so I want to spend some time with them. So by me moving to Thailand, I'll be able to come home at least once a year and spend 2 or 3 months with them, okay? I feel like if I stayed here in the United States, that I wouldn't be able to spend that much quality time with my children and my grandchildren. Because when you're here, you have a lot of responsibilities, You have bills. I'm not going to get into bills. I mean, you see your bills every month coming out of your checking accounts. You know what it takes to live here. So we've already got a home in Thailand. Her parents have a home there. We're going to be living there. I'm not going to get into the cost of living in Thailand. When we move there, I'm going to be showing you a lot of things to do overseas, what it costs, and I just want to show you that part of the world. I'm not trying to promote Thailand or anything. I just want to enjoy life, and if some people want to come along with us that have never done that, then I'll be glad to take you. So back to my story is, we needed to come up with some money. So I was a mechanic, making enough money. Mechanics make pretty good money, but there's only so much you can make as a mechanic. I mean, there's a plateau. So, I tried being managers. I'd done quite a few things. So we were on a pretty long plan to come up with the amount of money that we needed. So first thing we did was we paid off our bills, okay? We live life within our means. I stayed out of the American dream, which I've already said this before. The American dream is we buy things that we don't need with money that we don't have to impress people that we don't like, okay? That's just my opinion on the American dream. So I opted out of that, and we downsized our home. We paid off our vehicles. We still traveled, but we would find like last minute deals and hop up. I mean, we'd go to LA, we'd fly there round trip for $300, and stay in a Motel 6. But we had a great time. So I decided, well, I didn't decide, I know I don't have a whole lot of patience, and when I want something, I become possessed, and all I can think about is accomplishing those goals as quickly as possible. So I went into business for myself. I took a huge gamble. I sold a lot of things. Paige was working as a bartender at the time. I had to go train. Well, first I had to bid to become a contract. I had to go bid for this contract at this company to become their, I guess you could say, a service rep. This is a major company that supplies equipment, that manufactures and supplies equipment for automotive industry all over the world. Every major dealership on the planet has their stuff. So I put in a bid for it. My mechanical background and experience got me at the table. They gave me a shot to go to their headquarters in St. Louis. I had to go there for 3 months without a paycheck, on my own tab. So Paige stayed home and worked and paid the bills for 3 months. But not only those 3 months, I had to make a living after that. And when you're starting out in a new business, there's no money coming in. There's only money coming out. So it was a stressful time in our lives because I just invested everything that we had saved for so long to jump off this cliff and do that. But, you know, I looked at my worst case scenario and I figured we could handle it, and it paid off big time. I'm not going to get into the details about this business, but I made a lot of money in a short period of time. I sold out. I met my money goal and some. So, you know, sometimes in life you have to take chances. You got to be smart about your chances. But if you don't take a chance, you never know. So we took a chance and we succeeded. So I'm at the point basically where I am right now. You know, we sold our assets, our house, our vehicles. I sold my bass boat, which I miss badly. So we sold all of our things. We bought a used travel trailer, okay, and a used truck. I looked at new stuff, but then I started to think about, you know, I was all excited about the adventure. You know, we're going to go travel around the United States. This was all Paige's idea to begin with on travel, and, you know, it was my idea to get a travel trailer and a truck because I thought that would be a better adventure, and it has, right? So, you know, I looked at new stuff and decided that would be possibly difficult to sell at the end, and you know how you lose tons of money when you buy something new. So yeah, I found this on Craigslist, a trailer. It's an 07 Outback. Did a little bit of negotiation, not much. Gave the guy $5,500 and pulled it off his lot with my Toyota Tundra that I had at the time. The Toyota Tundra, I didn't feel comfortable pulling that thing straight up the Rockies, pulling a trailer, so we bought a 4-door, 4-wheel drive, 04 6-liter Ford pickup truck. I know everybody's going, oh, that sucks, blah, 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 blah. But look, guys, I've been a mechanic my whole life. Just because you have an emblem on the front of your truck doesn't mean it's any better than the other. I can promise you that every single manufacturer has a service department behind its car dealership, so everything breaks. This particular vehicle served my purpose. The problems that the manufacturer was having with this particular vehicle has been addressed and has been repaired and modified. So that's why I bought this vehicle. It's a great vehicle. Other than the problems that it had in the past, that has been corrected, and so far I haven't had any problems out of it. So I bought the used truck. I got everything pretty much sold for what I bought it for when we returned back to Houston. And then after that, you know, I'm going to get a visa and all that, and we're going to do our preparations to get overseas. So, you know, basically, if you set goals and you first make it clear what your expectations in life are and set goals, and then do everything you possibly can to achieve those goals, and I think you'll be happy at the end. But, you know, make sure you can handle the consequences if you fail. So far, I'm very happy with our decisions. I was so burned out on working every single day. I knew I didn't want to live my life like that. I just, you know, going to work, sometimes working 12, 14 hours a day. You know, just going on vacation was a pain in the butt because, you know, it got to the point to where I hated going on vacation because I knew that when I come back, everything was going to be a mess. So it was like, yeah, screw it, I can't go. You know, why settle for that? You know, life, you don't get another second chance in life. That's it. So whatever you do, at the end of the day, don't have any regrets. I know everybody needs a purpose to wake up in the morning, whether it's their family, whether it's a career. You whatever it is, make sure you fulfill that, every day in life. My destination, I don't know what it is going to be. I love to cook. Maybe in Thailand I'll go to cooking school and just cook for fun. Get a little job here and there just for entertainment purposes, because everybody thinks being retired is sitting on the couch with a handful of Cheetos watching friggin' TV or something, but it's not like that for us. We like the adventure, we like the unknown. Anyway, I know that was long and drawn out. I do talk a lot, as you know. Hopefully I answered some questions. I will be doing another video later on my equipment problems, some preparations for long travels, and the type of maintenance that I've had to do to make sure that our trip around the United States was successful. So, hope I didn't bore you. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the comments. That's where we're at, and the journey is going to continue. Thanks. Bye.